She's the original American Idol, and over the last decade, she's sold more than 20 million albums worldwide. Kelly Clarkson is, without a doubt, one of the biggest names in pop music. And it's only a matter of time before every big artist gets their own Christmas album. Bev recently caught up with Kelly to talk about Wrapped in Red.
So yeah, so when you decide you're going to do a Christmas album, and you've got a whole, repertoire of memories of your family and what you do, is it something you just always thought about doing?
Always. I love White Christmas, the movie, from when I was a kid, and Bing Crosby's White Christmas album is my favorite. And ever since I was a kid, my mom thinks I'm weird. I listen to it in July. I love it. So I just love, honestly, that whole big band kind of sound. Right. And we don't do that anymore. So my album sounds very classic like that.
Wrapped in Red, you wrote. I mean, you decided to sit down and have a real hand in doing, not just doing cover songs.
Well, another one of my favorite albums, and everybody's favorite album, is Mariah's Christmas one. And I just grew up listening to that as well. And I love that she did classics, but she also did, a few new ones. And so we wrote 4 originals, and they're all 4 very different. But the Underneath the Tree is the single, and Wrapped in Red obviously is the title track. But they're all very different, and they're fun, and it's kind of cool to write, because you can be a little bit more cheesy, kind of cute, with Christmas stuff.
There are so many people that have enjoyed success, haven't lasted. When you go back to 2002 and winning Idol, and we're now 2013, and you couldn't be more successful. You've lasted where others have not been able to translate that kind of a win into the success that you've enjoyed. How do you do it? I mean, obviously talent, but how do you do it in personality?
Honestly, I think it just comes down to who you surround yourself with, your team that's working with you, making sure you have the same people, or the people on your team with the same dream and same goal that you're kind of driving for. And a lot of it's just, it's hard work, but a little bit it's just aligning of the stars, because I know a lot of talented people that don't have the success that I have, and they're way more talented, so that happens a lot. So I think a lot of it is hard work. I work my butt off, but at the same time, it is aligning of the stars a little bit,
Do you put your head on the pillow at night sometimes and go, wow, look what's happened?
Yeah, well, sometimes I put my head on the pillow and go, wow, been fun. Sometimes I do that. Just because I don't quite fit into the industry mold that maybe people like. But, and I don't know, it's just a little taxing at times. But this record that I got to make with the Christmas one, is totally uplifting. I love Christmas, and I've died to make this out. I've been dying to make it. And I don't know, it makes it all worth it when you get to do projects like this, and it's just fun, and I love it.
Well, you've been a role model for so many people, because when you say it's been taxing because you don't fit into a mold, whatever it is about weight, the things that you've come back and said, hey, I'm comfortable with this.
It's what I'm rocking.
It's what you're rocking.
Yeah.
Which makes people feel great.
Oh, well, it makes me feel great, so that's why I say it.
And then, but the other world that you live in, that we live in, is social media. So you do something great, it gets tweeted, it gets Facebooked, it gets all over the place. It's great. When you do something that people find, whether it's controversial, whether it's Miley Cyrus, whether it's whatever,
controversial will be way
nuts.
More blown up. Yeah.
Right. And so
people don't like to talk about great.
Don't you think that sometimes they do? But it seems the traction goes in when you say something on Twitter.
Well, I'm pretty bold. I speak my mind, but I've always been like that since Idol. I remember the producers on Idol going, don't wear that, don't say that. Oh. And as soon as the camera would come on, I'd be wearing it. I'd be like, and I'm gonna say this too. It's just because I just think you should be who you are, and whatever. People like it, people don't. I am totally, if people want to express their opinions about it, cool. Freedom of speech. So yeah.
You've got a Christmas album, Christmas coming up, you're in love.
I am.
You've got 2 wonderful dogs.
Yes, and now I have 2 wonderful kids. So.
And now you have 2 steps. So you've got, how are you going to do Christmas this year?
Well, we actually all celebrated, the 4 of us last year, just because we were all living together last year. So, we are family. It's already happening. So,
how do they deal with you? The fact that you were successful, that people want to talk to you all the time, that you were busy.
Yeah. I think it hasn't, Seth is 6, so it hasn't, quite hit him yet, just because people, kids his age are like, what? But the 12-year-old Savannah, she kind of gets it a little bit more, and she understands that her grandma is Reba McEntire, so that's not normal either. So, yeah, so she already kind of grew up in it, so But it's hard. I mean, it's hard for everybody, obviously. But they handle it so well and brilliantly, and she's awesome, and he's super cute.
Tell me, so you've got the Christmas album, and it's probably unfair to ask, but when's the next stage? When's the next album?
That's not unfair. We actually already have most of it done. So
Really? Already?
Yeah, I know.
You don't take any time off.
Girl, I am productive. Yeah. No, we've had a few songs just from the last album that we loved, but we didn't want to go to waste and be album tracks, you know. So we wanted them to have potential being the singles and working on it. So we have literally, I might cut 2 or 3 more songs, but we already have my next album. So.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Tell me about the best part of being on stage, when there's a moment, when, I don't know, whether it's the cheers, when you first come out, whether it's an encore, what is it that when you say, wow?
Best moment for me on tour is usually when you're singing and they're singing with you, the crowd. Like, that's the coolest thing, especially on the songs that I write. Like, it's just cool. You know, like, especially because of you. I wrote that at 16, and to have people, first of all, even care about it, and then care enough to, like, memorize the lyrics, that's pretty cool. So, the crowd singing back is the best part for me.
Congratulations. So great to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Wrapped in Red will be on store shelves 2 weeks from today.